have a crazy new Halloween Ends theory. Let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Amen.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the Dancing now.
Oh, blood on the beast!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes, death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today, we are giving another Halloween Ends crazy theory video because I literally just thought of something. I was going to make a video on A24's Bodies today, and I'm still going to try, but I just came up with this crazy theory sitting here, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to share this to the world. So before I do that, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe if you're new here. I would greatly appreciate it. We're almost to 10K, baby. Let's get it. Yeah. Oh, let's get excited for 10K, baby. I'm getting into this theory, though. A little while ago, director David Gordon Green commented on how this film script is very similar to the film Christine. Now, the first time I'm hearing that, I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're just doing references to John Carpenter movies, because there was a whole article that came out about how David Gordon Green is worried that's a little too similar to the John Carpenter's other works, and he wants it to be his own thing while also being references to the other, like the entire career of John Carpenter and like all the amazing movies he's put out. So that's totally understandable. I get that. That's kind of all I took from that article when I first read it. But reading it again today, I'm realizing something about the relationship between Christine and the main character. And then like Michael Myers and a mysterious new character in Halloween Ends. And there is a mysterious new character with this new film, which kind of leans into my theory a little bit. So it was announced a little while ago that there was this actor playing a character called Dr. Mathis. Now, Dr. Mathis is briefly mentioned in Halloween Kills in what seems like a throwaway line, and I guess is actually expanded upon in the novel, like the full novelization of Halloween Kills. There's even a longer conversation about this Dr. Mathis character kind of being a jerk towards one of our main characters, and there's even this whole thing about how he throws a swingers party and all this shit that's in a throwaway line. It's like, what? That's all in the novelization and didn't make it to the movie. But there's something I immediately thought of today when I was thinking about Christine, and something about that movie is it's all about this dude, your main character from that film, can't remember his name for the life of me, it's been a minute since I've seen that, repairing Christine, which is this car that's just fucking evil and kills people. So what if we take that parallel and we put it in a Halloween movie? We have someone repairing Michael, essentially. We have someone like keeping Michael in their basement or something, keeping him alive, and then maybe he escapes on Halloween night to come after Laurie Strode. I don't think it's gonna be, once again, I don't think his target is Laurie Strode. I just think somehow he's going to be put in the path of Laurie Strode, because the whole point of these new movies is to establish the fact that Michael was never really going after Laurie. That was never that. No, it was just he was just another person in his path that he wanted to kill. And Laurie has had this, it's all in her head essentially, which is something I think is genius about the David Gordon Green movies. I really like that they established that, where the sequels kind of go the other route with it and just focus on Jamie Lee Curtis's character and just like her entire legacy, her entire family. Like all the other sequels kind of do that. I like that the David Gordon Green movies are a separation from that, a total divide, something completely different, and honestly much more real. It's just a much more real and scary story that I prefer that concept over what some of the other sequels did. And to lean into that a little more, we could have a character, this Dr. Mathis character, for example, like keeping Michael in his basement for whatever reason. Maybe he's just another doctor that's obsessed with Michael and wants to see what he's like and wants to study him, and not in like a facility where it's like government sanctions and all that. He wants to run experiments on Michael. He wants to do all this kind of messed up shit to him. And maybe we could see some like almost leaning into like a torture porn film, like Saw, Hostel stuff of this guy just experimenting on Michael, and then maybe Michael's had enough. He's kind of pissed off about it, and then kills this Dr. Mathis character and escapes into the town of Haddonfield once again for Halloween of 2022. Now, this is a whack theory, I know, like, trust me, but it was just something that came across. It just light bulb hit me today as I'm sitting here in front of my computer typing up stuff for Red Right Hand, and I'm like, I gotta share this with the world. So it's not based off of too much fact. It's kind of out of nowhere, but what do you guys think? Is there any truth to this insane theory? Could we see something like this in Halloween Ends? Another crazy doctor character taking in Michael, but not in the same way as before. It's not Michael escaping from prison this time around. It's Michael escaping from a horror situation of his own. which would be kind of interesting and psychological, take that like just even a step further into the psychological realm of terror, which we dove a little more into in Halloween Kills. I thought was interesting, because I thought that movie was just going to be a straight up slasher, and it ended up being even more of a psychological thriller than some of the past Halloween movies, which is so different and original for a Halloween sequel. We've done the slasher movie a million times in this franchise, and to see them dive into a whole nother horror subgenre was really interesting in Halloween Kills. It has its flaws, and there's a lot of ideas going around, which kind of hurts that movie a little bit, but nonetheless, I appreciated what Halloween Kills was trying to do. And for the most part, I think it was successful, but obviously not to everybody, and that's totally understandable. It has some flaws. The pacing is not great, and but the kills are there. The psychological terror is there. It's Michael at his most brutal we have maybe ever seen him. It's hard to be upset with that. That's how I feel about it. So in Halloween Ends, are we going to see Michael be kidnapped in somebody's basement? Is that where he fled to? Maybe that's where the cave that he's dwelling in, metaphorically, not like an actual cave system. Although, if you want to see a theory about that, I did post something really juicy yesterday about Michael living in a cave and like basically becoming like a man of the forest, and it's like just really depraved and disgusting. His hair's all grown out and shit. So if you want to check out that video, it's up here. If not though, I greatly appreciate you for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're new here, of course. Support Red Right Hand, my Scream fan film on Kickstarter. The link for that will be in the description below. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.